Hey, JJ! Come over here quickly! It looks like those Sonic monsters are hovering over the lake above our village. What if they come down and start causing trouble? I'm super scared right now.
Mikey, I know it's frightening to think about those Sonic monsters, but we need to stay calm and think clearly. Let's not panic. Although in truth, I myself am very scared.
JJ, look, there's a tiny Sonic coming our way. I'm really scared.
Hey guys, don't be scared. I'm just a little Sonic, and I come in peace. I wanted to warn you that the big Sonic monsters will only cause trouble if you're out in the open.
We're really scared of those big monsters hovering above us.
If you can build a bunker or a safe house, you'll be just fine. I promise they won't bother you if you stay hidden.
Wow, that's such great news. So all we need to do is build something strong and safe? I can't wait to start building our bunker now.
Don't worry, guys. I have to go now, but trust me, you'll be okay.
I hope you're right, little Sonic, but it's hard not to be scared. Those big monsters look really terrifying up there. I don't want to be their snack.
Wait a minute, Mikey. We have our wives and little kids to think about, too.
That's a great point, JJ. Your wives and kids are the most vulnerable right now. You should definitely make sure they are safe first. Once they are secure, then you can focus on building your bunker.
Why are you helping us, Sonic?
So that you know that there is still good in the universe. Bye.
Thanks, Sonic. It is very important for us that you understand
Good luck
this.
to you. Bye. Warn as many villagers as possible of the danger, please, while we find a safe place for our families here.
JJ, what's going on? We were so worried about you out here.
Calm down, dear. We need to focus on keeping the kids safe first.
Here we are. Wives, you and the kids can go inside and stay safe while JJ and I work on building it. We'll make sure it's strong enough to protect you.
We'll keep the kids entertained while you two work hard outside. Just be careful out there.
Yes, thank you. We trust you completely.
Wives, please make yourselves comfortable inside. Just stay close together and we'll be done in no time.
Hey, JJ, what if we check out that glass bunker over there before we start building our own? It might already be safe and ready for us to use. If it's good, we won't have to build anything.
Wow, look at this place. It's so shiny and cool. But wait, what's that on the toilet? Is someone sleeping in there?
Hey there! Wake up! We need to know if this place is safe for our families. Can you help us?
He's not waking up at all. I guess he must be really out of it. This isn't going to work.
You're right, JJ. It looks like we're going to have to build our own bunker after all.
Yes, let's get started right away. We know what we need to do now. Our families are counting on us to keep them safe from those big monsters.
I can already feel the excitement. Even though those big Sonic monsters are out there, it's nice to know that there's still goodness in the world. That little Sonic we met is just like the one we knew from childhood. Kind and ready to help.
Yes, Mikey! It's amazing how even in tough times we can find friends who care. Let's make this bunker shine bright like gold. They deserve to feel protected.
I can't wait to see how it turns out. Let's start with the walls first and then work on the roof. We'll make it cozy inside with blankets and pillows so everyone feels at home. This is going to be the best bunker ever.
Absolutely. And while we're building, let's keep reminding ourselves that good things can come from even the scariest situations. We're making this bunker not just for us, but for our families to feel safe and happy together.
You know, JJ, when I was a kid, I loved watching cartoons about monsters. They were so funny and silly. But now that we're facing real monsters right in front of us, it's not as fun anymore. It's kind of scary, don't you think?
I totally get what you mean, Mikey. It's one thing to laugh at cartoon monsters, but facing them in real life is a whole different story. However, I still believe that Sonic will always be my favorite hero. He represents hope and courage, even in scary times.
Yeah! Sonic always knows how to save the day and make things better. No matter how scary the situation gets, he reminds us that there's always a way to overcome our fears and find the good in everything.
Exactly! And just like Sonic shows us in the cartoons, we can be brave too. Together we can face any monster that comes our way.
Even with those big monsters out there, we can create a safe place filled with laughter and love for our families.
With courage like Sonic's in our hearts, nothing can stop us from creating our own adventure.
You know, JJ, besides Sonic, I always loved watching those classic cartoons with superheroes like Batman and Spider-Man. They were so cool. I admired how they always saved the day and fought against evil. What about you? Who were your favorite characters growing up?
Oh man, I loved watching cartoons like DuckTales and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those characters were so funny and adventurous. I always wanted to be like them, brave and ready for action. And I think Michelangelo was my favorite Ninja Turtle. He was just so hilarious.
Michelangelo was awesome. I loved how he always made jokes and kept everyone laughing. But you know what? I also liked the villains in those shows. They were so over the top and funny, like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He was always plotting something crazy.
Haha, yes. The villains added so much fun to the stories. And speaking of villains, I remember how scary some of them were too. Like that evil sorcerer from DuckTales, Magica De Spell. She was really clever and always had a tricky plan up her sleeve.
It's funny how those cartoons shaped our childhoods. They taught us about friendship, bravery, and standing up for what's right. Even though we're facing real monsters now, we can still take inspiration from our favorite heroes.
We can be brave like Sonic and clever like our favorite cartoon characters. Together we can face anything that comes our way.
You know, JJ, it's so interesting to see what cartoons our kids are into these days. My kids love watching Paw Patrol and Peppa Pig. They can't get enough of those shows. It's fun to hear them laugh and talk about the adventures of those characters.
Absolutely. My kids are really into Bluey right now. They love how that little blue dog goes on adventures with her family. It teaches them about friendship and imagination. I think it's great for their development.
Oh, I've heard about Bluey. It sounds like a fun show. And I also noticed that there are so many new movies coming out this year, like Kung Fu Panda 4 and Inside Out 2. I can't wait to watch those with my kids.
I think it's wonderful that there are so many options for our kids to enjoy. It keeps them entertained while also teaching valuable lessons. Plus, it gives us a chance to bond with them over something we all love.
You know, JJ, this has been such a fun conversation about our favorite cartoons and the ones our kids love. I wonder what the audience thinks. Let's ask them about their favorite cartoons, too.
Great idea, Mikey. Hey, everyone out there, we want to hear from you. What are your favorite cartoons? Are there any shows that you loved as kids or that your children enjoy now? Share your favorites with us.
It would be awesome to see how many different shows people enjoy. Maybe we'll discover some new ones to watch together as families. So don't be shy. Let us know your favorites.
Yes! We're excited to hear your thoughts. Cartoons have such a special place in our hearts, and it's always fun to share those memories and experiences with others. Let's see what everyone has to say.
It would be awesome to see how many different shows people enjoy. Maybe we'll discover some new ones to watch together as families. So don't be shy. Let us know your favorites. Hey, JJ, do you remember how the audience reacted to my stories last time? Did they enjoy them?
Yes, Mikey! Most of the audience voted that they loved your stories. They really enjoyed hearing about your childhood adventures. It was great to see everyone laughing and having fun.
That's awesome to hear. You know what? I think I'll share a few more funny stories from my childhood. I just remembered how we used to gather around the TV to watch cartoons every Saturday morning. It was like a special event for us.
Oh, I love those Saturday morning cartoon memories. What was your favorite show back then?
My absolute favorite was Animaniacs. Those characters were so zany and hilarious. I remember laughing so hard at their silly antics. And don't even get me started on the songs. They were catchy and stuck in my head for days.
Animaniacs was fantastic. I loved their humor and how they always broke the fourth wall. It made everything feel so much more fun and engaging. Do you have any specific memories from watching it?
Oh, definitely! There was this one episode where they had a hilarious chase scene with all sorts of crazy situations happening. I remember rolling on the floor laughing with my siblings. We even tried to recreate some of those scenes in our backyard.
That sounds like such a fun time. It's amazing how those moments stick with us and bring back such great memories. Cartoons really have a way of bringing families together.
Exactly! And I think it's important for us to create those kinds of memories with our kids, too. Just like we enjoyed our cartoons back then, we can help them find joy in their favorite shows today.
So, Mikey, do you have any more funny stories from your life? Or have you shared them all with the audience already?
Oh, I definitely have more stories. I could go on for hours. Let me tell you about the time I tried to impress my friends by making a giant sandwich. I thought it would be a fun idea to create a sandwich that was taller than me.
That sounds hilarious. How did that turn out? Did you manage to make the giant sandwich?
Well, I started with a huge loaf of bread. I piled on layers of everything: turkey, cheese, lettuce, and even pickles. But as I stacked it higher and higher, it started to wobble. My friends were cheering me on, but I could see disaster coming.
Oh no, what happened next? Did it fall over?
Yes! Just as I was about to put the final piece on top, a slice of tomato, the whole thing collapsed right in front of us. It was like a sandwich avalanche. We all burst out laughing as it splattered everywhere. It was a total mess, but we had so much fun cleaning it up together.
That's such a funny story. It sounds like you all had a great time despite the mess. It's moments like those that really bring friends together.
Exactly! And it reminds me of another time when we tried to have a picnic in the park. We were so excited and packed all our favorite snacks. But then it started pouring rain out of nowhere.
Oh no, what did you guys do? Did you stay in the rain?
We tried to find shelter under a big tree, but it didn't help much. We ended up sitting on our picnic blanket while getting soaked and laughing at how ridiculous we looked. We still enjoyed our snacks and made the best of it.
That's such a great attitude to have. It's all about making the best out of any situation. Those memories are what really matter.
Absolutely! And I have plenty more stories like that if you want to hear them. Life is full of funny moments. We just need to embrace them.
Hey Mikey, remember that funny story about the time we were having dinner at the restaurant and that little kitten showed up? Can you share that one? It was hilarious.
Oh, I remember that night. It was just like something out of a Garfield comic. We were enjoying our meal when this tiny kitten wandered in. He was so cute and fluffy, and we couldn't resist giving him some of our food.
I remember that. It was like something out of a cartoon. The kitten was so charming and playful.
He sure did. After a while, it felt like he was part of our dinner party. We named him Whiskers on the spot. But what we didn't know was that this little kitten would grow up to be quite the character.
I can just imagine how cute that must have been. But what happened when the kitten grew up?
As the days went by, this little kitten grew up fast. Before we knew it, he was talking like a human. One day, he looked at us and said, "You guys need to clean up after me." We couldn't believe our ears.
No way! That's so funny and bizarre at the same time. Did he really kick you out of your own house?
Yes, he actually did. One day, he got really mad because we hadn't cleaned up his litter box. He stood there with his paws on his hips and said, "If you don't clean up after me, you can't stay here." We were shocked.
That's incredible. I can't believe a cat would actually talk back like that and demand respect.
Well, we had no choice but to leave our own house for a bit while we figured things out. We ended up sitting outside on the porch laughing about how ridiculous the whole situation was. It felt like something straight out of a comedy show.
That's such a great story. I love how you can find humor in even the strangest situations.
You know, JJ, that reminds me of another story. Remember when we wanted to become superheroes and save the world? Should I tell that one?
Yes, I'd love to hear that story again.
Well, we were so excited that we even went to a superhero training camp to learn how to be heroes. But when we got there, they told us we had to complete some crazy challenges first. One of them was to rescue a cat from a tree and then jump out of a plane with a parachute.
That sounds intense. Did you manage to rescue the cat?
Not quite! When it was my turn to rescue the cat, I got a little too excited. I ended up throwing the cat up into the tree so we could rescue it from there. Everyone was laughing at how ridiculous it was.
That's hilarious. What happened next? Did you get in trouble for that?
And you know what else happened? After that wild experience with the talking kitten, we were told we needed to get more active and eat healthier, like oatmeal every morning. So we decided to start exercising together.
That sounds like a good idea. But did you two actually stick with it?
Well, we tried. But one day, while we were back in our town, I got a little carried away with my new strength. I thought it would be funny to throw the kitten up into a tree so we could rescue him. I mean, how hard could it be?
Oh no, did that actually work out?
Not quite! I threw the kitten up there and he got stuck on a branch. We were laughing at first, but then we realized we had to figure out how to get him down. It was chaos!
That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. What did you do next?
Well, in the midst of all that chaos, I saw this little girl playing by the water. I thought it would be impressive to show off my strength again. So I playfully pushed her into the water to make it look like I was saving her.
Mikey, you didn't! That's so risky! What happened next?
Oh yes! It was a big mistake! The girl splashed around and started crying. But thankfully, you came to the rescue like a hero. You jumped in and saved her from the water.
Oh, Mikey, I would love to hear more of your stories.